I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
And this is Texas floods. Is that a two floods? Is that an S? Texas.
No, just one S.
Flood.
From what I understand.
Stevie Ray Vaughn. Stevie Ray Vaughn.
But it says and double trouble. So I don't know if he's doing it with someone else too.
Very possible.
This is for the big homie Scott.
Shout out to Scott.
He said August 27th marks the 30th anniversary of the death of Stevie Ray. How do you say that?
Stevie Ray Vaughn.
He was a great Texas blues guitarist. Most rock has some kind of roots in blues. And I hope you can use this video, he said. Well, if we can't use it, sucks to be everybody watching this, but we get to see it.
I wish we would have done that on August 27th.
I know.
For time and topical political commentary, you can hit us up in Middle America with Vin and Sori. The debates are coming up very soon. We're going to be live streaming that car accident of a electoral decision. No. Speaking of debate, patrons, we're cutting it in the final editorial process.
No, it's already cut. It's actually uploading right now.
It's uploading right now. Okay. So Dorian and I debated about the wage gap. That's going to be there on Patreon for you beautiful people. Look, Patreon has a lot of things. We've got Sori and I are actually in a band. True story. With fellow villagers, and so we're working on a song together, and a video is coming out at some point. And so the first 40 seconds are there. We're also working on a song for
but not my vocals.
Sori's upcoming delivery. We're working on a song about. So there's just a lot of things in Patreon. You pull your points together, and then you get a song reviewed. Now, if you're a filthy capitalist like Sori and you want to go straight to the head of the line, 125 at the gate gets you to hop, skip, and jump in front of everybody, and then it helps to get your song reviewed. And that's what the big homie did here. You do that 3 times, you go down to the $75 tier. Please remember, if you've been at the 125 tier for more than 3 months, you need to go in there and switch it down to 75. And if you've been on that for 4 or 5 months or whatever, hit up Sori and we'll make up the difference for you for sure. Stevie Ray Vaughn, let's do it. Texas flood.
Here we go.
Definitely bluesy. He's really feeling it.
I know, yeah.
Is he freestyling right here? You guys know? Ooh.
Yeah. Turn that up.
Dude can sing. Talk to him, brother minister. What? Whoa, guy. That's fuzzy. Did you hear that shit? Okay. Talk to him, brother minister. Did some rising action to the solo. Oh, he's on his Hendrix shit now. He's on his Hendrix. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
This man's playing behind his back better than me in full concentration. Man, they don't need to see us. They need to see him.
Well,
Forget about the camera. Forget the camera, babe. They don't care about us right now.
that's crazy. Behind his back?
I'm leaving you. Look at him, look at him, look at him. The intensity in that singing, bro.
Jesus.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, I can see, Scott, why you wanted us to see this one.
Oh my God. They should have just made this an instrumental. But at the same time, I actually liked his singing because it was so intense. He was feeling it.
Well, I thought it was going to be an instrumental. And then he started singing. I'm like, what?
Man, I'm so happy that we discovered this guy after I picked up the guitar again. Because, like, when you're a guitarist and you see another guitarist that's like doing something you will never be able to accomplish in your life, it's just such a cool feeling. It's such, like, because it's one of the, Piper talks about this. Why do we go to sporting events? Why do we go to the Grand Canyon? Yada, yada, yada. And it's because all of us desire to see greatness outside of our...
Yeah.
That's not, because we carry ourselves around with ourselves all the time. And we're trying to look for something like great, some sort of novelty that, you don't see every day. And like, that is entertainment to a degree. It's being able to be in the presence of a novelty of a thing. There's like literally millions and millions of guitars on the planet. Millions of guitarists in the world. I'm sure there's some guitarist in Indonesia that's a badass and is like, whatever. But when you see somebody master their freaking instrument, like that, it is such a crazy feel. Especially now that I play guitar. It was funny. I was like, I improv the little scale thing that I practice on every night, and Dorian was like, "Wait, what was that? Did you make that up?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure," which I did. But I'm sure every single student guitar has played that little lick or whatever because it's part of major scale, So it's just crazy, like watching that happen. How much of this was freestyled on the fly, right? Versus how much of this is what the song is? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Because I you can't really tell with this dude.
Well, this is a live version, so I wonder if putting that into YouTube and looking at the regular version, how much shorter it is.
Yeah. But this is one where I'm so happy we got the live version.
Oh, no, I totally agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I said I know why Scott wanted to see that.
There's Texas Flood right there.
So look, there's an extra...
it's 5 minute long, and that's 8:58. So he must have been freestyling for, 3 minutes? 4 minutes almost?
Yeah.
I mean, unfreaking real, bro. Unbelievable. And then, when he was actually singing... Like, it was grimy, like this song taught me that there's a lot of ways to be heavy. Like, that's, I love the heavy shit. I like that, that's my playing style or whatever. It's just to, like, be as heavy as possible. But there's different ways of being heavy.
Oh, absolutely,
you know what I mean? Like, this song to me was heavy in the heavy metal sense, even though it was a blues, jazz type of fusion type of thing. But, like, it was heavy because of how he felt every single note in that guitar. He felt it all.
Yeah, did you see this? The guy beside him was like, he kept like looking at him and looking at his guitar. I'm like, that's me and Vin right there. Because you like get into what you're doing. And I'm like, wait, how many times am I supposed to say it? You're supposed to feel it, Sori. You're not supposed to count how many times you're going to say it.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's like, it's freaking art, bro. Like, feel it.
It takes me, yeah, I do want to feel it, but I always feel like this pressure when we first start doing something, and because I'm overthinking it, I have to count so I can jump start. Otherwise than that, I'm like, Vin, I literally don't know where we are in the song. And then he's like, you make this face, and then you're like, no, it's good, it's cool. So I'm like, I just saw your face 5 minutes ago. I know it's not cool.
You think the thing to death. I mean, but like, obviously there's a harmony between what you're doing extemporaneously versus what you're doing, planned out or whatever. You know what I mean? Like but just with you, I just think it just feels like perfectionism and whatever. But I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that guy was crazy. He was such a good guitar player. But like I said, like, he's really, really deeply feeling the content of the lyrics. Like, and the lyrics are very, very simple.
I didn't hear. Like, you got kind of noisy at one point.
Well, dark clouds are rolling in, yada yada yada. I guess I'm leaving you, baby. Like this is like standard like blues. Like you could be in a club. I'm leaving you, baby. I can't turn back around. You know what I mean? Like
But all the lyrics weren't there, right?
Well, I mean, like he said, Stevie's standing out in the rain versus Man, I'm standing out in the rain. I mean, I think it was.
No, it seemed like there was a whole nother chunk of words.
No, he just repeated everything twice.
Oh, okay.
So like you're expecting it to go, but again.
Okay.
But again, you're like, looking at the details, like just feel it, bro. Like it doesn't matter. Just feel the freaking.
I was feeling it. And then when you made that big reaction, I'm like, what did he just say? And then I looked over and I couldn't find it in the list.
Well, it wasn't really. Yeah. Anyway, I love the song.
And at one point I thought he said something about a casserole. So I knew I wasn't hearing the lyrics right. So I said that's too much feeling for a casserole dish. I do like the sound of like blues, jazz, stuff like that. So I was a fan for sure.
Yeah, people kept saying like that this, blues and jazz is a bedrock for metal. And of course, when I was really, young into metal, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I didn't know any theory. I didn't know any, you know what I mean? Like, and now I'm like, if you put this on a clean channel.
Yep.
And, whatever, that's a blues scale. And then if you put some distortion on it and palm mute the thing instead of regular strumming, voila, there's a metal riff.
Yeah. And I thought it was cool the way, he played behind his back. You could tell by his face that he was very, very much into it. I actually didn't hear... I know there were other instruments. I know there was a drummer, but I actually didn't hear the drummer. Did you?
Well, yeah, I mean... Yeah, I heard the drum. I even heard the bass, too, in this song. Like,
see, I didn't hear any of it. I was so focused on him. He, definitely took the stage.
Oh, yeah, the guy is an absolute performer. He is a performer. Like, he understands those people paid money to see something that they'd never seen before. It's like watching a documentary on Michael Jordan. He was talking about how, like, he gave it all every night because people were coming to see Michael Jordan play. Mm-hmm. So, to everybody else, it's just a regular game, but he knows, like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing for these.
Yeah, he's right. He was right.
So he goes all in, and it's like, wow. And, sometimes you go to a show and the band isn't bringing the energy and all that, and it's unfair to hold them to these ridiculous standards. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you can't gin that up every single time you go out.
Yeah, but you notice all the big bands that we saw, they had their energy when it was time.
It's true.
It was opening bands that hadn't really made it yet.
It's true.
And it's like that kind of attitude is not going to get you where you want to be.
It's true. That's
the big bands understand. You gotta suck it the fuck up and have that energy.
Gotta do a show.
And I'm sure that they love what they do and stuff like that. But we all know that like everything that you do, you have days where you're like, wow, really? I have to do this again today?
Right.
So it's just human nature that they're gonna have days. They're gonna have days where they have the stomach flu and they still have to go out there. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna have.
Nurgle had some upper respiratory situation at the show that we were at.
Yeah.
That's why I kept spitting it.
Spitting all of them. I was like, what is this? Do not spit this way, sir.
Yeah.
Although I think some people probably would have been like, yes.
I'll never wash my face again.
I got spit on by Nurgle.
Yeah. No, but I think that's such a good point because I saw Slipknot in 2000 at the Tattoo the Earth show, and they were on for like 25 minutes in the daytime, which is not like, it's not as fun.
That's not prime real estate right there.
But they killed it for those 25. And you're right, like we've been to other shows and the bands have been like, like you're opening for Cradle of Filth. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, and it's just, like, what are you doing? Yeah, I think that's true. I think that.
And we haven't seen, it's not like it's been a lot of them that have been low energy, whatever.
Yeah.
It's actually been very few, in my opinion. I think most of them came with the energy necessary for the show. But there were some people that were just like.
And the other thing is, like,
You're obviously bored with your own music. Why should I be excited about it?
There's so many like ways to interact with your audience, but when they turned it down and he went low, and then they built it back up the rising, everybody's like, yeah, it's like wow, like he's got that connection, and I'm sure he's a great showman as far as like actually talking to the audience. But that was a situation where like the guitar was playing Stevie Ray Vaughan instead of vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. What I just said makes no sense. But if you're a guitarist, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not a guitarist and I get it.
Sometimes you just get in a zone, man. It's a crazy thing. And like I remember when I first realized how much of a gift like my guitar was. There's so many things you could do. You could never be bored. Like if you're a guitarist, you can never be bored because there's always some new thing to try out or some thing to perfect that you're trying to perfect.
You're never bored anyway, babe.
Yeah, it's true. I'm never bored. But definitely with the guitar, you're never bored. You know, it's like it's such a weird relationship because sometimes you're like, I don't even want to talk to you. You're not doing what I want you to do. And the guitar's like, that's because your dexterity is not where it needs to be.
No problem.
Love the song. This is a freaking 10 for me.
Oh yeah.
This is a 10 for me. Holy hell.
What year did this come
moly.
out?
I don't know. I mean, it's saying I don't even know. Rough Edges. Let me see. Rough Edges by Stevie. Rough Edges, Stevie Ray Vaughan. When did that come out? Rough Edges, 1996. 96. There you go. Yep, release date 96. Amazing, amazing. Would you give it?
I gave it a 10 as well. Yeah.
Freaking 10. And it's not metal, so some of you can be like, it's not metal, but just appreciate the freaking art form, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, when we first started this channel, I didn't like anything about metal. You know, I was kind of like, what is this? And I had like all these preconceived ideas and negative ideas about metal and stuff. And then, you know, you showed me some Slipknot and I'm like, I can see how that could be useful, you know? And there I'm still put on people equal shit sometimes.
Well, wasn't Orion all messed up about something or whatever?
Oh,
and
yeah.
You put that
He's
on. Didn't you put on like
a year and a half.
Didn't you put on some like Christian song or something?
No, he has this little like kids song. It's like baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo. And I was like, he loves that song when he's in a good mood. So I put that on for him because he was upset about something. I think he bumped his hand or something. And he was mad. Anytime something doesn't go his way, he gets extremely angry. He wants to hit somebody or throw something every time he gets hurt. Stop looking at me like that. Well, anyway, I put that song on for him to see what he would do, and he was like, he immediately got this really angry look like, wow, I can't believe you're doing this. No. And then
Baby Shark?
He slapped the iPad, and I was like, I'm like, yo. And then I'm like, you know what? That would annoy me if I was in this type of mood. I'm like, I'm gonna put some Slipknot on for him. So I put on Duality for him, and I started playing that, and he was like at first he thought it was another one of those Baby Shark ones, so he like pushed it, and then he was like, and then he sat there, and then he started headbanging. He was good. I'm like, okay.
He was getting a heavy dose of metal in utero.
Yes, he was, because he was in my room when we went to all those shows. Plus, tonight you were playing downstairs. You were like recording our song to send to the rest of the band members.
Our drummer told me I had to do that. So
yeah, so you were down there doing that, and he was in the living room, and then he bolted around the corner, and he went right by the stairs, and I chased him because I didn't want him to go down the stairs, and he stopped right when he got by the door, and he just started headbanging. I'm like, yes, I have the best baby in the world.
Did you record it?
No.
Because why should you?
Because you had my phone.
I didn't have it.
Yeah, you did. You took it downstairs.
No, I didn't.
Are you sure?
I'm 1000% sure.
Okay, well, I'm sure it was your fault somehow.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you, Scott.
It's a good one, Scott. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone. You're the worst.
But you love me? Good. Bye.